in a bid to combat the outbreak of crystal methamphetamine abuse in Nigeria, especially in the southeastern part of the country. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has arrested the barons behind this act. The Chief Executive Officer of the agency, Mohammed Buba, while addressing newsmen at the agency's headquarters, Abuja, said the agency has deployed available assets to find the primary manufacturers of these dangerous drugs in Nigeria for the past 7 months.
Over the past 7 months, we have deployed all available assets to find the primary source of manufacturing of this dangerous drug in Nigeria and arrest the barons behind it. I am pleased to inform the public today that after months of painstaking intelligence gathering, diligent tracking, and coordinated offensive action, we recorded a breakthrough on Saturday, July 30th, 2022, when officers and men of the agency successfully busted 2 methamphetamine manufacturing facilities called meth laboratories. Incidentally, I personally monitored the conduct of the operations on board my flight from Washington, thanks to onboard Wi-Fi today. The first laboratory, located in Victoria Garden City, VGC Estate of Lagos, is owned by a Baron, Chris Emeka Nzewi, while the second, in Nise community of Oka South local government area of Anambra State, was owned by Paul Ozoimuna. The owners of these 2 illicit meth laboratories were successfully arrested alongside the cook or chemist that produced the drugs for them.
Bubamara also stated that the production of this drug does not only affect the people that take it, but also affect the soil and the environment where such production takes place.
NDLEA is obliged to brief the public about this recent bust to raise people's awareness of the danger that meth production constitutes to public health, and also to let you know the modus operandi of the barons involved in this unwholesome activity. We believe the knowledge will raise public awareness about the risk of meth production in their vicinity. The owner of the laboratory in VGC, for instance, was producing this highly unstable and toxic drug in a house where he lived with his family. This speaks volumes about his insensitivity to the consequences of exposing his family, which includes a 3-month-old baby, to the danger of hazardous chemicals. If that is the case, that is an indication that public health was of no concern to him. In this particular case, aside from the laboratory being close to the kitchen of the main house, the waste from the laboratory was channeled into the septic tank and soaked away in the compound, with a high risk of contamination of the water table of the entire neighborhood. Very important to note that the waste from methamphetamine production is dangerous to the ecosystem. The chemicals are toxic, and once they seep into the soil, they contaminate the water table from which surrounding wells and boreholes draw their water. And citizens who unwittingly consume the water from such sources are exposed to heart and kidney ailments and other organ diseases. Neighbors, too, who inhale gases from the lab are also susceptible to the same risk. What makes it worse is that the production usually takes place in the middle of the night, between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. and therefore unsuspecting neighbors could have been exposed to the hazards for months or even years without knowing.
He further called on all members of the society to work hand in hand with the agency to safeguard their health and also urged the public to be more vigilant.
On this note, I'd like to renew the call to members of society to work in partnership with us to safeguard public health. With society working with us, we are confident of cleaning this Asian stable of illicit drugs. I would now like to take this opportunity to commend the professionalism of our intelligence-led special units assigned to this task, our forensic experts, and the 200-man strike force unit deployed in both Lagos and Anambra states, who were the operational arm that executed the mission of dismantling the labs, seizing the crystal meth, precursors, paraphernalia, and arresting the damned culprits. I will boldly say that I am glad that since we launched the offensive action against the cartel behind the methamphetamine scourge, we have arrested 4 kingpins and a cook. Now we have added 2 barons and another cook. This, no doubt, is a loud statement to those involved in the criminal, illicit drug trade that it is time for them to quit or risk losing it all. That is, losing their freedom, investment, and assets acquired through proceeds of these illegal activities.
Dorcas Olariwaju, Voice TV, Nigeria.